Hello and welcome to the Spring Board Algebra 2 Lesson 32-1 tutorial. My name is Mr. Yeselyurt and today we'll be talking about placing the unit circle on the coordinate plane. To start off, we're going to talk about the standard position of an angle. So an angle theta like this, so this is theta, is pronounced as theta, and it's just a Greek letter that is commonly used to represent angles. So one side of it is called the initial side, and the other side is called the terminal side. So terminal means ending side. And this is, so if an angle is written like this, where it starts from the x-axis and then goes counterclockwise to the left, and then it ends in the terminal side, that whole positioning is called the standard position of an angle. So here's an angle, 8 pi over 3, and we're going to try to write it in standard position. So we start off by saying that 8 pi over 3 is more than 2 pi. So we're going to say that this is 6 pi plus 2 pi over 3, and that's the same as this. And 6 pi over 3 is 2 pi, so it's 2 pi plus 2 pi over 3. What this means is that this 2 pi part is like this, so the angle goes like that and comes back to the x-axis. Then it goes 2 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3 is 120 degrees, so it's going to go like that. Okay, so this angle here, this that you see, is 8 pi over 3, and it's also the same thing as 2 pi over 3. So let me just fill in, why is 2 pi over 3 120 degrees? It's because, as from previous videos, 180 degrees is pi radians. So the pi's cancel out. This becomes 60 degrees when it cancels with that. So we get 60 degrees times 2, which is 120 degrees. That's how we know it's 120 degrees. So this is the terminal side of the angle, and this is the initial side of the angle. All right, and if you have two angles, so let me draw it again. So here we have the 2 pi over 3, which is this, and then we also have the 8 pi over 3, which is around, and then it goes like that. That's 8 pi over 3. Because they both end up in the same place, we call these coterminal angles. Means they both have the same terminal side. These are both coterminal angles because they end on the same side, the same terminal side, which is this part right here. Okay, so let's do it now for a negative angle. And what's going to happen is, if it's minus 150, that means we count backwards 150. So this is 90 right here, and then another 60 takes us right here, so it's like that. This angle that you see here that we traced out is negative 150. But we could also get there by going this way, and that would be 360 minus 150, which is equal to 210 degrees. So we get that 210 degrees and negative 150 degrees are coterminal. Okay, so moving on, we're going to introduce now the topic of reference angle. A reference angle is, let's say you have theta, which is the actual angle, then alpha is the smallest angle that the terminal side, which is this thing, makes with the x-axis. So if I have my angle like this, theta extending like that into the second quadrant, then this part here is alpha. If I have an angle going like this, and this is theta, then this part will be alpha. So it's the smallest distance to the x-axis. So here's an example where we're asked to find the reference angle for 2 pi over 3. So in this problem, we have this is equal to theta, and alpha is equal to the rest of that angle until the x-axis. So we know that this whole thing, this whole angle here is pi, and this part of it is 2 pi over 3. So in this case, alpha is going to be pi minus 2 pi over 3, which is equal to just pi over 3. So the reference angle is pi over 3 radians, this red alpha part. Okay, so now let's go on to the next part, which is trig functions. So you may remember from geometry that in trig is short for trigonometry, and if you have an angle theta like this in a right triangle, this would be the adjacent side, this would be the opposite side, and this would be the hypotenuse side. So you may remember that the sine of theta would be the opposite over the hypotenuse, so I'll write that down. And cosine of theta will be the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So I'm going to write that right there. And we're going to use this in the next example. So let's say I have a triangle like this. I gave you this triangle. The question is, what is sine of 45? So I have to first identify what is opposite and what is hypotenuse, right? So sine of 45 degrees is going to be equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse in this triangle. And here, this is the adjacent, this is the opposite of that 45 degrees, and this is the hypotenuse. So what I'm going to get is that this is equal to 1 over root 2. And if I plug this into my calculator, let's see what I get. I get 0.707. So that's how I know what sine of 45 is, by using opposite over hypotenuse. You could do the same thing with cosine. In this case, it would be the same as sine of 45. So let's now talk about the unit circle. The unit circle is basically a circle where the radius is 1. So r is equal to 1. And it's useful to think about expressing any point on the circle x, y in terms of the angle. So let's try to find what sine of theta and cosine of theta are in this triangle. So sine of theta is going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse, which is y over 1, so it's y. And cosine of theta is going to be adjacent over 1, adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 1. And then we get x over 1, which is equal to x, because the adjacent is x. So cosine of theta is equal to x, sine of theta is equal to y. This coordinate point right here of this xy is actually equal to cosine of theta comma sine of theta. So we're going to try to use this in the next example. So in this one, we're given a unit circle, and we're asked to find what sine of 270 and cosine of 270 are. So 270 degrees is this. So if we draw the terminal side, it's going to be like that. Now we have a straight line, so our x is equal to 0, right? And our y is equal to -1, because this is -1, -1, 1, 1, because all of these are radii that are 1 in length. So sine of 270, if we go back up, let me go back up real quick. It was x is equal to cosine theta, y is equal to sine theta. So let me write that down here. X is cosine of theta, y is sine of theta. And cosine of theta, which is cosine of 270, that's equal to x, but x is equal to 0. So that means that cosine of 270 degrees is equal to 0. And y is equal to the sine of 270, but y is equal to -1, so that means that sine of 270 is -1. So I get these as my answer. Okay, that about sums it up for this video. Stay tuned for the next one, and see you there. Thanks.